Hello, welcome to the channel. My name's Todd. Sitting here in my backyard. It's an early Sunday morning, about 7 a.m. And I thought today I would head down to the local flea market here in town. It's been years since I've been there. And I thought I'd go down there and see if there's anything interesting that I might be able to use for this year's Halloween theme in the studio there. It's within walking distance, so I'm just going to walk down there. Plus, I've got this new toy that I bought. It's a Mini S Moza gimbal. Not really sure how to use it yet, but what it'll do is it'll stabilize the camera while I'm walking so it's not all shaky. So I want to give that a try. So if you're not doing anything, come along. All right, here we go. So far, so good. Not sure what it's going to look like on the video, but at least I can operate it. There is an app that you load onto your phone so that you can use the controls on the gimbal here to hit record, stop, and do things like that. But I haven't got that hooked up yet, so I'm basically just using my fingers here to press record and stop, and then using the controls to maneuver the camera. So I really love this neighborhood that I've been living in now for about 20 years. And for those who are interested in trivia, this area where I live at was home to the 19th President of the United States. It's a beautiful morning. I try to go for a walk about every day. It's just a great little neighborhood to walk in. The Fairgrounds, I don't know, maybe a mile and a half down the street here. So it's not too bad of a walk. Coming up here on my left is probably one of my favorite houses on the street here. It just sold, I don't know, about 6 months ago. So in the process of doing some renovations. But it's a nice big lot. I don't know, probably at least an acre here in town. Looks like it may have been built in 1860s. Still learning how to use the remotes on this camera. So I don't have a lot of fancy equipment when I'm doing these videos. Basically, I have my mobile phone, which I use to shoot the videos, and then I have a tripod, and I do have a ring light that I got around Christmas time. And then of course I have this new gimbal. So not a lot of fancy equipment. In fact, I started this channel basically because I was doing stuff for Halloween anyways, building all these various things each year for the Halloween party over at Aaron's house that I was helping him with. So I thought, man, I might as well just go ahead and start filming some of this stuff. It might be of interest to somebody. So that's kind of how the channel started. And it's been fun. I've been working on quite a few projects here in the last month for this year's theme in the studio. You know, that of a coffin maker, furniture maker, embalmer. And I've got a few projects done that have recorded videos on. I just gotta edit them and wrap them all up. But I've done things like I hung a new chandelier in the studio. I've made a couple of signs. And just recently, I'm in the process of doing now, is I've taken the floor there in the studio and I stained it and put a sealant on it. So it was just a regular treated lumber floor. And so I put a stain on it to darken it up, make it a little bit more nicer. So that'll be in a video too. Speaking of other Halloween parties and get-togethers, it's almost time for Aaron and I to start working on his annual Halloween party. And we've already got the theme, or he already has the theme. We had talked about it, and I think that's pretty well set. Some things might change. I'm not going to tell you what that is. You have to wait and see. But I imagine we'll start working on that here in August, and then really start going full bore here at the end of August into Labor Day weekend up until Halloween. He usually has the Halloween party in late Halloween, or late October, which is kind of nice because it gives us basically the whole month of October to prep and plan. And this year's theme, we're going to try, well, this year for the theme, he's going to be able to use a lot of the old decorations that he had last year. So that should save a lot of time. Going to add some new things. I guess the goal will be to try to use, you know, some of the old props and some of the old setup, but give it a newer look, so, you know, people don't come in and say, oh, this is what you had last year. But so that might be a little bit of a challenge, but it should work. And, you know, really, to me anyways, the Halloween parties are fun. They're nice and they're great. But the real fun is all the planning and the creations and the weekends that you spend building the props and, you know, hanging out. That's where the real fun is. So you can kind of immerse yourself in your home haunt and really just kick back and enjoy it. You know, you really get to experience all the little details that most people don't. So that's one of the things that I really look forward to each fall, is just doing the actual builds and stuff like that. Well, that's the sign for the flea market. We're coming up here on the Fairgrounds. Another little piece of trivia. Of course, you just saw the sign there, so it might not be much of a trivia. But if you're into harness racing, which is horse racing, where they have the little like cart that they tow behind the horse there, this is home to the Little Brown Jug, which is a major race in harness racing, and they have that each fall here in September. So as you saw on the sign back there, the flea market is open basically every Sunday, except the day I tried to come down here a couple weeks ago when it was closed, from 5 a.m. till noon. But according to the reviews that I looked up, they say that during the summer months, you need to get down here early because the vendors all kind of pack their stuff up around 10 before it gets super hot. So hopefully there'll be some vendors down here that have some cool stuff. Cost $1 to get in. I didn't bring much money with me, and of course I have no way to pack it home with me, so this could be more of an exploratory mission rather than a purchasing mission. This is me operating the camera. I'll turn around and you can take a look at my ugly mug. So we're coming into the main gate here at the Fairgrounds. I'm not sure exactly how much filming I will do of the vendors themselves. It's always kind of strange taking a camera into places like this. I'm kind of new at that. And most of the videos I've done have been in the confinements of my own studio here. And it's just weird when you go out in public with the camera pointing at everybody and filming. Something I haven't gotten used to yet. This building here they just built within the last 2 years, and it's really nice. I'll give you a few seconds here to read that. Maybe I'll get a little closer. Well, I guess you can press pause if you really want to read it. So they also keep horse stables out here year-round. A lot of the teams that race in harness racing have their own stalls out here. There's a horse there. There's like the little trailer type thing that they behind the horse, and I'm not sure exactly what that's called, but looks like he might be going out for a little exercise this morning. So that's the track there, and the flea market is actually on the other side of the track. So the entrance that I just went into is actually the side entrance, I guess, not the main entrance. The main entrance is, I think, off the highway there, but this is kind of like the city entrance. So looks like I might have to walk back around there a little bit, but it looks like there's quite a few cars over there, so let's go check it out. Looks like they're putting in some a new road here, which they desperately needed. It was in pretty bad shape. And the thing is, probably about 4 years ago, they passed a bed tax here in the county, and that extra 1% of tax they collect supposedly is supposed to go down here, be applied to the fairgrounds here for improvement.
They're 7 weeks old. They was born on Mother's Day.
Great Dane puppies.
They grew fast. I had a Great Dane.
Yeah, they're
one
like
time.
18 pounds.
Well, I'm heading back now. Hopefully you enjoyed that little excursion. Thought it was pretty fun. A lot of vendors there, a lot of people walking around, and a lot of cool things. And I apologize if I didn't get a lot of good footage, but it's kind of strange walking around with the camera filming things, and nobody said anything. I think it's more of a mental thing on my part than anything, but it's definitely something that I'll have to get used to in the future. Didn't buy anything. I think maybe I'll come down here next Sunday or later on this summer and drive down here and bring some cash and see if I can't pick up a few items. I did see some neat things there, like some Great Dane puppies, and I thought the old radios looked kind of neat too, the cathedral radio and then the one that was set beside it. And I made one, like a Halloween prop cathedral radio type radio prop for Halloween last year that I'll have to do a video on, so I found that kind of appealing. Then I also saw some neat bottles and some other things there that would be interesting to have, that might work for some props. Bottles to put like embalming fluid in or something like that with the label. And then some other type of mechanical type things that I thought were interesting. But I think that's going to wrap this video up. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like these type of videos, well, mostly, I say that, most of the videos I do have to deal with actual making props and things like that, but I guess every once in a while I'll take an excursion like this. But if you like this type of stuff and you like Halloween, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Till then, I'll talk to you later.